from College of Engineering and Research, Narek, Pune. Today we are going to discuss about the practical on comparators, mechanical. The title is the verification of geometry of given component using mechanical comparator. Basically, comparator is a precision instrument employed to check the dimensions of manufactured part with the standard parts. Okay, so in industry, measurement of each and every part is impossible, or it takes time and also it is costly. So in such case, we can use the comparator devices to check the manufactured parts. Okay, so basically comparator has classified into 4 groups. One is the mechanical comparator, the pneumatic comparator, electrical and optical comparator. This classification is based on the components or the elements used for the construction of comparators. Okay, so mechanical comparators having elements like dial gauge, then V blocks are used. Then for pneumatic comparators, compressed air is used, and this is particularly used when we have to check the intricate shapes or holes in the component. Okay, so electrical comparator is one of the very precise and accurate comparator used for the small displacement, measurement of small displacement. Optical comparator is basically used to check the flatness of component or any small angles on the component that can be determined by using optical comparator. So today we will discuss about the mechanical comparator, how these comparators are used and how in industry they are used to check the dimensions with the standard one. This is a mechanical comparator. The construction is very simple. This is the dial gauge. Okay, this is the stylus of dial gauge which is coming in contact with the workpiece. This is a V block. As we are using the cylindrical parts, so we need to use this V block. So this is our workpiece. Okay, and for this workpiece we are going to check the cylindricity of part. Okay, so to check the cylindricity, first we have to make the marking on the workpiece. So we have made here marking, here you can see. So markings are such that the angle is divided, means 45 degree, then 45, then this becomes 90 degree, and likewise the 360 marking we have done. Okay, so total 8 marking we will obtain here. So on the first marking, the dial gauge is set. Okay, so stylus is contacting to the workpiece. Okay, and here you can see the pointer of dial gauge is set at 0. Right, so this we can adjust. Okay, so here you can see the first marking and the pointer of dial gauge is at 0 position. Okay, so what we do here, from the first marking we will rotate manually, okay, for the second position. So here we can rotate manually for the second position. Okay, so here you can see the pointer is slightly moved, okay, from the 0 position. Okay, so this deviation shows the roundness of that part. Okay, so the first we have rotated, then similarly we can rotate for the second position. Right, so it is again coming to the 0, then third will again rotate. Okay, so third position I have rotated the part, then at fourth location, okay, so it is near to 0, then the fifth location, the pointer is slightly moved. Okay, for the sixth location, okay, so pointer is near to 0, then the seventh location, okay, and last one is the 8th location. So we moved or we rotated this part in 360 degree. So any variation in this part, so the pointer will move, and how it will move? The movement of linear movement of stylus, means up and down movement of stylus. Okay, so from this we can observe the cylindricity or the circularity of part. Okay, so what happens? Measurement of each and every part by using vernier caliper is quite tedious, or it will take the time. Okay, but if we set the instrument, okay, then we will just replace the another component and we can check the cylindricity of this part. Okay, so this will reduce the measurement time. Okay, thank you. As in demonstration, we have seen the cylindricity or circularity of part. Okay, so suppose this is the cylindrical part or workpiece that we have considered. Okay, so we have done marking. Okay, so the first marking made at the 45 degree, the second marking was done plus 45 degree, that becomes the 90 degree, the second marking, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and finally the eighth. So the total rotation was 360 degree. Okay. Here, the first reading will consider one calculation. The least count of that direct edge work is 0.01 mm. Okay, and the small deflection in the pointer that is noted is 2 mm. Okay, and the circular scale reading observed was 2 divisions. Okay, so here we will find final reading for the first degree. Okay, so 2 the main scale reading plus 2 is the circular scale reading into least count 0.01, that is coming 2.02 mm. So this was the final reading, or we can say the deviation, right? So this deviation we can plot onto the graph so that we will easily get the circularity of that part. Okay, so here we need to assume the scale. So we have assumed here 1 mm equal to 1 centimeter for the representation purpose. Okay, as we have first reading 2.02 mm. Okay, so I will mark here. Suppose this is 1 centimeter. This is the 2 centimeter. Okay, so first reading that we got is at the 2. If you see in the demonstration, the variation was very less. Okay, it was varying in 0 to 2 mm only. Okay, so no doubt the calculations for all the readings will come around 1.5 to 2 mm. Okay, so you can plot all the points after calculations. So you can calculate every point by using this method. Okay, so we have to repeat this method for the 8 times. Okay, so that we will get the different readings. Okay, remember this variation will be very less. Okay, so if you join all the parts, all the points, if you join, okay, so the graph we will get somewhat like this. So this graph represents the circularity of part. Okay, so this was the systematic representation. But in industry, what happens? For any large variation, the component is rejected. For any small variation that is acceptable, the component is accepted. Okay, so by using this comparator, we can reduce the measurement time. Okay, and also the cost of measurement. Okay, so for the number of parts, we can use this kind of measurement techniques. Okay, by using mechanical comparator. Thank you.